since the priest status is tied to the bishop, and if a bishop were to pass or to leave, how does that affect that? Okay, very good question. There are two parts of that. The first part is what deals with the priest. Once you ordain a priest, it's kind of like other sacraments that only happen once, say baptism or marriage. You don't go back to do it. You're always a priest. So your what's called ontological, meaning your being as a priest, is always the case. So when I offer sacraments, they're always valid. I might have my faculties taken away from me and not given an assignment or not do anything publicly. It may be illicit, meaning not legal, but I'm always a priest. My entire being has changed, just like someone who's married, their entire being and relationship has changed. And similar when we're baptized, our entire senses of things are changed. So as it is as a priest, you're always that way because you're ordained by a validly ordained bishop, just like the bishops or priests that followed from St. Thomas in India, despite the fact that they were cut off from the rest of the world. So that's the first part of it. The other part of it is, it's an excellent question, which is more central to what you asked. When you take the vow, you take a vow to your bishop at the time you're ordained. So do you vow respect and obedience to me and my successors? So if Bishop Taylor were to become Cardinal Taylor somewhere else in the world, I have already taken a vow to his successors. All right, so the next bishop comes in, maybe he was already consecrated somewhere else in the world and comes in. Maybe he's a priest that's now consecrated as a new bishop. That already, my vow to that office, not to that man, remains. So it's to the office of the bishop of the Diocese of Little Rock that I take that vow, and then that remains. So I vow to the man that's in that office at that time. Just like Jesus. Listen to them, they're in the chair of Moses, right? So you take, and chair is the same root word as cathedral, right? The large chair the bishop sits in. So you kneel before him and take that vow. The sacramental reality of him laying hands on me and praying the prayer of consecration over me remains, and then we move on from that. Another interesting thing, and just for honor and tangibility's sake of it, is that each year on what's called Chrism Mass occurs during Holy Week. In our diocese, it'll be on Monday. It's always on Monday of the Holy Week coming up, Good Friday, Easter Sunday. Priests all gather in the cathedral. Again, the bishop's church, his chair, and the bishop will have at the Chrism Mass, hence oil, will consecrate the holy oils that are used for the anointing of the sick, for the oil of catechumens, for those who are going to get baptized, and the sacred chrism oil that is used as part of the laying on of hands ceremony for holy orders. When we are there at that time, we all collectively during Mass retake our vows and our respect and our obedience to the bishop at that time. That's more ceremonial to it because it goes back to the original time that we took our vows at ordination. So it's not like if I didn't make it to Chrism Mass, well, the next year I don't have to listen to what, I didn't take a vow or whatever. But it just publicly, once again, witnesses to that when the bishop sends out these oils to the rest of his diocese, and his priests go back out and they're given parishes or given assignments wherever it may be, that they're carrying forth and that unity is there.